Then why do you like proportional representation?
I think proportional representation makes it easier to bring in good regulations and programs.
Like what?
Well, in the European Union, where most countries use proportional representation, they have stronger environmental regulations. And they have pharmacare programs where people's medicine is paid for by the government. In fact, most European countries spend more than us on pensions, on unemployment benefits, affordable daycare programs, the things that people really want. And the result is that there is less inequality in Europe than in Canada.
So how did proportional representation help them to get all that?
I believe it's because small parties have pushed hard for these things.
Are there more small parties?
Oh yes, it's the way proportional representation allocates seats. If a party gets 5% of the popular vote, they will get 5% of the seats, which means that under proportional representation, the Green Party in Canada, which got 3.4% of the votes in the last election, would be entitled to 12 seats under proportional representation.
But they only got 1 seat. So who gets those extra 11 seats that should have gone to the Green Party?
Mostly the Liberal Party this time. In the 2015 election, the Liberal Party got 39.5% of the vote, but 54% of the seats. And because they won more than 50% of the seats, they have a majority government, which means they don't have to cooperate with any of the other parties. Now, if we had proportional representation, in order to get any new legislation passed, the Liberals would have to get the support of a party or parties that had received at least 11% of the votes. That's called a coalition government, and that's how small parties have an influence. In proportional representation countries, it's normal to have coalition governments where parties have to cooperate.
Is it normal for Canada to have phony majority governments where the party in power doesn't have 50% of the votes?
Oh yes. In fact, since 1920, all but 4 of Canada's majority governments have been phony.
Wow. But Lynn, my friend Johnny says proportional representation countries have more extremist parties in their parliament, and that's not good.
Well, we're going to talk about that in our next video, so join us there.